It's the Bearded Movie Guy Top 7 Saturdays. Today, the Bearded Movie Guy looks at movies you should not see. Yeah, don't see any of these movies. Ready? I'm not kidding. Brought to you by the Bearded Movie Guy. Hi, the Bearded Movie Guy, and today on Top 7 Saturdays, we're looking at 7 movies you should not see. This was suggested to me by my buddy Tim Begin. You can suggest a top 7, feel free, do it in the comments. So yeah, I watch a lot of movies, and there are some movies that no one should see. It's that simple. Here's 7 that you should not see. Now, remember, this is my personal opinion. One of your favorite movies may be on this list. I'm sorry if it is, but it sucks. If you find it brilliant, I totally understand that. Kind of. With that, here we go. Number 7, Max Payne. Max Payne is a 2008 movie starring Mark Wahlberg. It's based on a video game, and I have seen some very bad video game movies. Mortal Kombat, Annihilation, I'm looking at you. But at least Mortal Kombat had characters that were from Mortal Kombat. Max Payne took a video game about a detective and then just threw everything else out the window. I don't even understand what the movie was going for. It had some imaginary gargoyles in it that looked cool, and I was kind of hoping they were real. But again, nothing to do with the game. It has terrible acting, except for Mark Wahlberg, he's fine. Terrible plot, terrible script, terrible everything. It even had a chubby Chris O'Donnell. That should say something. If Chris O'Donnell is chubby in your movie, for no reason, that's a bad movie. Number 6, Alex Cross. Okay, there were a couple Alex Cross movies called Long Came a Spider and Kiss the Girls with Morgan Freeman as Alex Cross. Or Morgan Freeman, of course, being one of the best actors of all time. He was replaced by Tyler Perry. Now, I'll be honest, here's a confession. I've never watched a Tyler Perry movie. The ones like the Medea thing, I've never seen them. So I'm not commenting on that. I'm commenting on the fact that this man could not shine Morgan Freeman's shoes as an actor. This is a terrible movie, and to top it all off, it has one of the worst fight scenes in the history of film. You have Matthew Fox and Tyler Perry punching each other, and to make it look more dramatic, they took the camera and did this. Look at oh, he punched him. Seriously, they had them fight in a slow motion. It was boring, and then they took the camera everywhere. I think I almost had like an embolism or something. It's boring, it's terrible, the story makes no sense. It's just awful. Number 5, Cosmopolis, I think. Yeah, Cosmopolis. Cosmopolis is directed by David Cronenberg, who's a great director, but this is a terrible movie, and stars Robert Pattinson as a guy riding around in a limo for the whole movie. Like, he gets out and gets a haircut. Like, the whole thing is he's getting a haircut. And while he's going for a haircut, he ends up taking stock quotes and having sex in his limo and shooting his bodyguard. And it's confusing and boring, and I think it's supposed to be like a whole thing about the stock market, but Twilight was better, if that tells you anything. Number 4, The Avengers. No, sorry, not that Avengers. This Avengers. Oh yeah, that one. The year was 1998. I got married on my honeymoon. We were staying in a hotel, and we put on a movie. Put on The Avengers. Now, this has Uma Thurman in a tight black catsuit. Do not get tricked by that. Just, if you like that, just buy a poster or get a photo from the internet. This movie is freaking awful. It is so bad. It has Sean Connery dressed up as a giant teddy bear at one point, and I'm not kidding. And you'd think that'd be awesome, but it's not. It has incredible actors saying incredibly bad dialogue. The action is incredibly terrible and corny, and just don't watch it. Thank God I was on my honeymoon and had other stuff to do.
Oh yeah.
Number 3, The Limits of Control. Alright, spoiler. You may never see this movie, so I'm going to spoil it for you anyway. So, Limits of Control is about an assassin, and he's going from place to place in Spain on train and then by car, and he keeps on going to cafes and having coffee and having these conversations with really great actors. And they just have these weird little conversations, and then like something gets passed to them and gets passed to him, and he's going to assassinate Bill Murray. Not Bill Murray, but the character Bill Murray is playing. And that's what actually made me watch the film, because Bill Murray is pretty much my favorite actor. He's tied with one other. And so I'm like, yes, this is going to be awesome. But no, it's literally like an hour and a half of him just having coffee and going back to a hotel, and there's this girl there, and he doesn't want to do anything with her. And then he goes to an art gallery, and then he goes on a train, and then he goes for coffee, and then he gets a guitar string, and that's what his murder weapon is supposed to be. Now, here's where I ruin it for you. Where Bill Murray is this bunker. And he's sitting on the side of a hill, the assassin guy, looking at the bunker, and there's lights everywhere, and guards everywhere, and fences. And he was told earlier in the film that he would have to use his imagination to complete his assignment. So, I've had an hour and a half of coffee and train rides. I was like, this is it. This is where the movie gets awesome. No, it wasn't. He's sitting on the hill, and then it cuts to him being in a room. And he's in a room in the bottom of the bunker, just sitting there. And Bill Murray walks in, and he turns on the light. And there's the guy sitting there. And he says, how did you get in here? And he's like, I used my imagination. And then he kills him with the guitar string. Doesn't show how he gets out. Doesn't show how he gets in. And then he takes another train ride. And that's the end of the freaking movie. Number 2. To the Wonder. Alright, so I'm putting To the Wonder in here. It's a Terrence Malick film, but this is standing in for basically every Terrence Malick film. If you don't know, Terrence Malick is this incredibly gifted director at making beautiful images on the screen. He really should just be a cinematographer and my life would be so much easier, but no, the guy thinks he's a director. Problem is, he doesn't know how to make a script to save his life, so he has like huge bits of awesome dialogue just thrown away on background noise. And To the Wonder, he literally has great actors running around in fields and I'm not kidding, that's the movie. Olga Kurylenko running around in fields and in shopping malls. She has a relationship with Ben Affleck and it's on the rocks, and it's this, like half the movie is just this. Does he love me? He must love me. Do I love her? I don't know if I love her. Maybe I love her. I want some cheese. That's Terrence Malick movies. They look awesome, the script sucks. He gets fantastic actors and then does nothing with them. Number 1. Requiem for a Dream. Now, okay, before anyone freaks out, this is my list of movies you should not see. Now, Requiem for a Dream is, on many levels, an incredible film. The direction is really fantastic, kind of, for most part. The acting is pretty amazing. And the story is... well, it's the story. If you don't know, Requiem for a Dream is about drug use, and it shows like 4 different people in states of depravity and how bad it gets because they do drugs. I watched this because I was told it was one of the best movies of all time. And listen, if I could go back in history and tell myself, listen, don't watch this movie, I would. Why? Not because it's a bad movie in those senses. Great acting, great directing, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to scrub my eyeballs after watching this movie. It's a film that I really wish I could unsee. I'm not talking about its artistic value. I'm sure it has great artistic value, but it made me feel dirty and it made me feel like I needed to take 10 showers inside my brain. It's disgusting, and it's the same feeling I got after watching the first trailer for Human Centipede. I was like, I never need to see that, and I never needed to see the trailer. I wish I could I wish I could unsee it. Requiem for a Dream is just, it's the one movie I'd be like, no, please don't watch it. If you want to take my advice, don't watch it. Know that it's really artsy, really awesome. Jared Leto's amazing in it, so was Jennifer Connelly, but don't watch it. Or watch it, or you've seen it and you're like, oh, you're totally right. Now, if you watch it and like, that was the most brilliant movie ever, no offense, I'm cool with that. But if you're asking my opinion, don't watch the movie. So that's my top 7 movies you should not see. I'm sure I'll do more of these. Thanks for watching. And stay buried, everyone. You haven't watched the Bear Movie Guy top 7 movies you should never see. There's his opinion, but like, seriously, don't ever see Requiem for a Dream. Unless you're thinking of starting to take drugs, then maybe watch it like as a preventative measure. But other than that, don't ever watch it. Subscribe and tell your friends. And as always, YouTube safely. Terrence Malick's calling.